Hello, my beautiful collective. My name is Kalon. I am an empath, a psychic, and oracle of sorts. This live is going to be a little different. I don't even know if anyone's going to pop in, but I'm just going to record this like a usual video. Yeah, I'm not going to be taking any sort of questions this time for playback's sake. This is just going to be I'm tapping into the collective energy at this time. I hope you're having... It should be fine. It should be fine. I want to start off by ringing the bell. If you have a sound sensitivity, you might want to turn your volume down. This can be a little loud. I'm gonna ring it right now. Alright. So, I pulled two inspirational Wicca oracle cards. We have the Perfection of the Circle and the Found Moment. And these are very beautiful because they almost seem to tie into one another. The Perfection of the Circle, you can see she's drawing a barrier in the ground and she's creating a protected space. And I think it's Spirit's recognition, or Spirit calling you to recognize the protection that you have at this time. And I think it's beautiful that the Found Moment is the other card that came out because, well, for one, there's a circle in the back, the circle of the clock. But it's also, I think, I just saw 222 on the time, which this card is 22. That's beautiful. But I think the point that Spirit wants to get across with these two cards is that there is a divine protection in being present in this moment. I'm going to read the descriptions of these two cards, and then we will continue. I almost feel like meditating on these energies, but we'll see what happens. Hello. So first we have the Perfection of the Circle, card number 19. The circle is the most perfect shape in nature. It is the temple that is renewed every time. A boundary between the world of humans and the realms of the powerful. A shield against deceit and wickedness. A place of protection and guardian of our power. One enters the circle with love and trust to connect to the whole. It is the mouth of the cauldron to rebirth, from which our soul emerges strong and renewed. The oracle is: you are safe, you do not have to fear adverse energies. Nothing can tarnish you or reach you unless you want it to. You own your space, you hold the sword. Here a cauldron of infinite inspiration can boil. Which is beautiful. It's fucking no, thank you. But this is beautiful because, yeah, exactly. Fucking no thanks. Get the fuck out of here. Let's reconnect. Let's center. You are safe. You do not have to fear adverse energies. Nothing can tarnish you or reach you unless you want it to. You own your space. You hold the sword. Here a cauldron of infinite inspiration can boil. This coming out with the present moment, the found moment, sorry, is beautiful because it's saying that the way to find inspiration at this time is through the present moment. It's by I'm hearing that you have to allow inspiration to find you. So there could be some sort of project that you're working on at this time. I'm gonna pull... Ooh, which deck should we use? I'm gonna use the Wanderer's Tarot. I don't know. This is a very divine moment in time. All day today, I've been on this, like, very... The word I want to use is, like, replenishing energy, in that, anytime there's been any sort of roadblock, it's, like, been swept away and, like, drowned out by just an overwhelming positivity and, like, love, which has been from being present in the moment. And I feel like this is it's very important at this time to connect with yourself and really find the value in whatever you're feeling in the moment. And that's going to show up differently for everybody, because it's being present no matter how the present makes you feel. That could be uncomfortable, but there's value in that, because that discomfort can show you the way to escaping that discomfort, or not even escaping, but like transmuting that discomfort into something powerful and positive and transformative. But it's up to you to, like, you hold the sword. You get to choose whether you allow that discomfort to take you off your power, or whether you allow that discomfort to drive you to something better. So Spirit, ooh, I just saw the tower on the bottom of the deck. In reverse, I'm not going to take reversals today, but it's worth noting for the connotation of the tower. We have the Hierophant, and I was just asking what the present energy is, what this reading is about. We have the Page of Wands. Yeah, it's important at this time to allow your inspirations to guide you into structure, to take, like, where you're feeling a passionate pull, where you're feeling excitement and inspiration. The Page of Wands is it's one of those cards of inspiration. I'm actually feeling called to read it. I will do that in a moment. But with the Hierophant, it feels like could you expand on that? It is a part of the human experience. Yeah. No, exactly. And I think that the point that Spirit's trying to get across is like not to get caught up on the emotional experience, and more to allow it to fuel the way ahead, and know that like the biggest thing, like one of the downloads that's been coming through a lot today is well, it was on my my co-star message for the day, was to not get too caught up in the highs and lows of life. And honestly, like, there's been multiple moments where I've had to, like, really check in with myself when I talked about how the discomfort in the moment would get swept away by a really, like, by waves of positivity. And even in those moments, I've had to even, like, myself in a little bit and be like, okay, but also I want to center and not get too caught up in that, and allow myself to get swept away even further to where, like, that is where I'm ungrounded, and having to, like, kind of find the balance between those, if that makes sense. I don't know if I answered your question at all. I kind of just went off on the train of thought. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, so like I was talking about, when it comes to we want to find inspiration in the present moment by tapping into whatever we're feeling and allowing that to guide us to, like, I had a reading that I posted yesterday about, it was called The Next Steps. And I think the biggest thing is creating structure to to what we're feeling in the moment. Creating more of a routine, which isn't to say, like, forcing yourself into a routine. It's like using what we're feeling to find what's going to work for us. And then the Knight of Swords makes me think to actually act on that and create this routine, create structure for ourselves so that we can continue to cultivate this inspiration. Oh, I shouldn't show that. There's titties on there. I do think the concepts that you believe, maybe just metaphysical. I'm confused what you mean. Isn't that everything? Oh, I'm shuffling upside down. I want to get more context on the Knight of Swords. We have the Five of Wands. I think the spiritual world is the physical world. I think it's all one and the same. It's just a matter of your perspective on it, you know? The illusion is separation. Wow, we have the Sun and the Nine of Pentacles. So, I use they, them pronouns, please. No, exactly. The cards communicate. I don't necessarily know the point they're trying to get across. The Knight of Swords, clarified by the Five of Wands, makes me think there may be some... Oh my god, that dog is chasing a squirrel. That's awesome. There may be some grinding of gears. No worries. It's no big deal. Like, some people may not be jazzed about the creation of the structure. Why is that, Spirit? Can I... Yeah, we have the Three of Swords. It came out in reverse. Again, I'm not taking reversals, but I'm going to allow that to influence my interpretation, in that I feel like it's going to make people feel betrayed because you're listening to your heart and not theirs. And it flying out in reverse makes me think that it's because you're entering a time of healing, a time of overcoming, not allowing the pain to get you, and creating the structure for yourself by listening to what you're feeling and what your heart calls you to do, and by actually taking action to support that. It's going to cause some Five of Wands conflict. But at the end of the day, this conflict doesn't hold any bearing to an outcome. It's mostly just people being upset that you're doing what they want to do. And the Sun contributing to the Five of Wands makes me think that this is kind of a necessary step in coming to this Nine of Pentacles contentment. Your satisfaction is should be the goal. I wanted to say priority, which is the case, but also why do I feel apprehensive to say priority? That may be the conflict here, is that you are struggling to prioritize yourself. I don't separate the worlds, I just don't ignore the fact that this metaphysical spiritual world is within us. Ignore the fact that everyone exists. It is within us. Give me more, Spirit. How can we expand on this? What's advice for the collective at this time regarding this? Provide some what am I trying to say? Some advice for the collective moving forward regarding this inspiration, or I guess around the found moment. Let's just expand in general. Six of Wands. Nine of Wands. Interesting. I'm confused what you mean. We're all spirit. We've never existed without spirit. Spirit has always been. Spirit has Five of Wands again. Spirit has outlived us and lived before us, but also that's not even true because spirit is everything. It's all the universe. We're all just energy that is shifted into different places. They, them pronouns, please. So we have Six of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Wands. Lots of wand energy. I feel like there's a need to recognize the strength that you have. Can I get clarification on the Six of Wands? What is this? The Nine of Swords. Yeah, to release your fears about yourself. Maybe your fears about how people perceive you with the Six of Wands. Because the Six of Wands also talks about understanding other people's perspectives. About, it's like being recognized for the work that you've put in, but then also not allowing that to get to your head and to, oh, we have the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and the Six of Swords came out. It feels like the need to release the other people's perceptions of you in following this passion, because I feel like you're almost there's this energy that the collective is creating these stories in their head. I never know what pronouns to use for the collective, whether I should say you or we, because it's like all of us at once, but also it's just weird to talk about. I'm getting this energy of like creating the story that people dislike you or are trying to work against you, and Spirit wants you to release that because it doesn't matter. You're moving forward no matter what anyone thinks. And I feel like there's an energy of being stuck in the head, being stuck in the mental realm of worry about how people perceive your work, when in reality you need to just kind of focus in and do the work. Can I get more? Oh, shit. We have the Chariot. And once you release those fears and just take the leap, step forward into this path, this whatever this inspiration is that you have received, the fruits of your labor will come in. You'll start to see movement. But I also think Spirit wants you to not look for the confirmation. You can't make this shit up. The wheel is on the bottom of the deck. Don't look for confirmation of these things taking place. Trust that it is, because the wheel is always moving. They really want you to just have faith in the process. Now, I want to get clarity on this Five of Wands because it landed in the third position. Are you arguing with me? I'm genuinely confused. I'm genuinely confused how you want me to respond, because like my messages come from intuition. It's channeled from Spirit. I read what's on the cards and allow whatever comes through to come through. I'm going to believe what works for me. Thank you. Let's expand on the Five of Wands, because we have the Six of Wands, then the Nine of Wands. Oh. Okay. The Five of Wands. Let's get clarity on that. What is this Five of Wands energy? because it's healing. Spirituality is, I think, at least, like, because I'm a shaman in training. um, the path of the shaman is the healing path. I do all this to better myself and to better understand others and to open myself to perspectives outside of my usual beliefs. And also just to, like, spread and feel love, because the energy is everywhere and it's very beautiful. And it's my calling. I have to do this. Let's expand on the Five of Wands. Whoa! We have the Ace of Swords first. We have the Hierophant again. Ooh, the Ten of Swords. Wow, so the recognition, this Nine of Wands energy, this independence, this inner strength and knowing of the self, is going to create more of this Five of Wands energy. In you following your path, which it's actually funny, the synchronicities of this whole conversation we're having alongside this message. People aren't going to understand the things that you do. The Ace of Swords is a call to, well, not even a call, it's that in speaking the truth, Hierophant is kind of a card that represents systems that are long-standing. It's very representative of tradition. It can also be a person in, like, a very traditional and high position. And the Ace of Swords with the Hierophant makes me think of, which actually, hold on. I have so many thoughts going all over the place. Questioning these, like, standing systems and practices. And the Ten of Swords makes me think the downfall of those things, which it's actually very beautiful. I had a conversation with a woman today. She came in, it was this older, very lovely lady. She got a sandwich. I work at a cafe, I'm a cook. And our cashier rang it in, and then I guess the lady couldn't pay for the whole thing, so she came back and she's like, hey, cancel that sandwich. And we're like, why? And she's like, she couldn't afford it. She was like $2 off, and me and the other cook were like, no, we'll pay the rest. So she got her sandwich, and we didn't really think much of it. I went out and I was going to eat my lunch, and she started talking to me, and we had a whole conversation about sociopolitics, which was a little uncomfortable at first, because we had, like, a little conversation about her food, and I was just making sure she enjoyed it. And then I went and sat down. She was walking out and passed by me and started talking to me. And she was, honestly, it was a little off-putting, because she was like, like, she said something about, I don't support, like, or, like, I don't personally believe in, like, same-sex marriage, basically. And I was like, that's a crazy thing to say to the obviously queer person. But she explained her like, understanding, which that's a wild thing to just, like, out of nowhere go and say. But she's like, but that's not my place to cast my judgments, which I thought was, like, a very profound take for someone who's, like, 80 years old. Because most people I talk to at that age are very stuck in their ways, they have a way of thinking, and they aren't willing to accept other ways of thinking. But she's like, the world is changing, and it's not going to bow to how I think. And I was like, I very much appreciate that perspective, because even, like, we are from two very different times, two very different perspectives, but we have an understanding of one another. And this is kind of, she took a moment to listen to what I had to say, and was like, yeah, we just had the Knight of Swords come out again. It just, like, fell off the top of the deck. We had a conversation about how the state of the world is always changing, and it's important that everybody goes with how listens to the new people that are coming in and propelling our what am I trying to say? Our systems. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It just kind of aligns with this in that the Ten of Swords is kind of breaking tradition and doing things different from how people expect it to be done. And this could be devastating to some people because systems can be, when they're very set in stone, quote unquote, nothing is set in stone ever. When those systems are, yeah, exactly, evolution, as things progress, as things change, it can feel like the world is crumbling, and that is the point, because like we saw at the beginning of the reading, the Tower was the first card that I saw on the bottom of the deck. These things need to fall so that we can rebuild and create new standards, which the idea of standards is fucking stupid too, and I will continue with the reading after this, because I think that the world should be in a constant state of evolution, a constant state of growth. Same thing with what that person was talking about with spiritual practice. Like I do this because it's a way to constantly be growing as a person and seeing new ways for things to change. Change is inevitable and important and necessary. And the Knight of Swords is a call to keep pushing for that change and to passionately chase it. Anywho, that was a whole nother ramble. I kind of want to step in another direction when it comes to this energy, because I feel I'm feeling like multiple different threads of energy through this, in terms of business, in terms of socio-economics, in terms of love and relationships. I'm also feeling this from a creative aspect, and I feel like it's also all tied together. I don't know. Spirit, let's expand on this energy in another direction. I feel like I was kind of talking in circles there. I'm so glad you, that this could provide some confirmation. Thank you for being here. I'm not used to this live format, so kind of feeling it out as I go. All right. I'm being called to the logo of this deck. It's the Dancing Star. I'm gonna read that card, actually. We didn't pull it. Whoa! I literally just opened the book to the Dancing Star. That's crazy. All right, one sec. Which also, I was talking to my coworker today, just another synchronicity of dancing. She walked in, and literally the first thing she did was she like talked to me through the window and was like dancing at me, and it looked like she was spraying me with fairy dust. And I was like, why are you dancing at me? And my other cook was like, she's just been dancing recently. And I'm like, that's so real. Which there's a message about Deck, you being here is so perfect, because I was just about to talk about how the world, we're here to open people's minds to their inner child and have people tap into their inner child. I've had a whole experience the last few days that have been very big for me to connect with my inner child. And I feel like that's the direction we're going to be going. But let's read the Dancing Star, number 9, which I have seen 999 multiple times in the last couple days. Also, 777 I've seen like 3 times today, let alone 3 times yesterday. Which is very much about thinking about these things. That's an angel number of introspection and questioning these systems that stand in place, and thinking of ways that we can push against that. Anyway. One must have chaos within oneself in order to generate a dancing star. The forces of disorder are at work, and the Lord of Deceptions is free to act undisturbed. The flaw of the great cosmic order. The Krampus dance, the mad dance of chaos. Surrender to the night to be reborn. But the light has been promised, and now it shines deep within the inner sky. You must be willing to come to terms with your imperfections and a pinch of irony. Only those who do nothing are never wrong. Be willing to change your role, wear multiple masks, and your demons will be merciful. follow the dancing star. Liberate it together with hope. That card is so beautiful. But it's very much this moment, or it synchronizes with the found moment and the perfection of the circle, in that you need to tap into this moment, no matter what it is trying to show you, and listen to it. Don't try to run from it. Allow it to show you what it needs to, because typically, if there is some sort of discomfort, it's a call to look at that and see what you need to transmute. I don't know what other word to use. Or even if there is something positive, it's a call to listen to that and see how you can keep creating that feeling and how you can share that with others. Let's continue. Whoa! Holy shit, lots of cards. We have the 9 of Pentacles, we have the Empress, we have the 10 of Pentacles, we have the World, and the 4 of Pentacles. That is beautiful. I should not have shown the World card. That is my bad. Wow. That is so fucking beautiful. In finding contentment in this moment, and allowing that contentment to push you forward, by pushing forward in that energy of contentment, standing powerfully on your own, being grateful for the things you have around you, it only manifests more of that, more of what you want to manifest, being the 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance of any kind. I don't even like to put any sort of description on what the 10 of Pentacles means to you, because it means something different to everybody. But this card, it shows like a happy family. They have an abundance of wealth. They're very nicely dressed, but they also have a dog, they have a child, and there's like marriage. It's everything you could want, but that only manifests by being content with what you have. Like I talked about in the reading yesterday, by wanting to manifest things from a place of feeling like you don't have them, you're only going to manifest less of it, because you're manifesting from a place of lack. I'm not going to keep going on about that. But whoa, okay. Absolutely. Infinite hope. The World with the 4 of Pentacles feels like, I'm actually going to read the 4 of Pentacles, not to cut myself off. I feel like there's a message. Explore all your abilities, not only those that bring you material prosperity. Continue your journey to discover who you are and all that there is to understand. Stopping for too long is not good for those who know how to live. And I feel like that even ties into the message of listening to what the present moment is trying to teach you. Because I feel like there's something that, oh my god, my mind is fucking racing. What does what mean? Sorry, I just said a lot of things, so I'm not sure what you mean. The treasure is contained in a safe, a symbol of the greed and distrust that many have towards the world. Keeping everything that brings prosperity must be counterbalanced by generosity. Ooh. That's beautiful. Let's expand on that. I'm going to pull cards on that. The 5 of Pentacles. That is the perfect card to describe that energy. If not the 6 of Pentacles, but... We have the Moon. And these are to clarify the 4 of Pentacles. And Judgment. Yeah, I feel like... even talking about... I know I just keep repeating the idea of... I have to, like, rein in the jittery excitement. Where was I? Okay, I don't know where I was. When we talk about the Four of Pentacles, it spoke about a counterbalance when experiencing any sort of prosperity or abundance. And that coming out with the World feels very important and pertinent to this whole situation we're talking about. Yes, exactly. When you receive any sort of abundance, or even you receive any sort of abundance in terms of joy, positive energy, it's a matter of transmuting that, or not even transmuting, I keep using that word, that's not what I'm trying to say. Channeling that energy into places you may not be, I guess. Taking stock of the people that are around you and who could benefit from that energy. I feel like the message has gotten very jumbled all of a sudden. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles with the Moon makes me think there's like... With Judgment, the Moon contributing to the Five of Pentacles, it feels like the collective has... It almost feels like lack mentality. Please. Oh, what is this blockage? What is... Spirit, what is this blockage that I'm picking up on here? Something is just like getting in the way of my throat chakra. I can't get the words out. What is the blockage here? Queen of Wands. I'm gonna read on that. The Eight of Wands. Yeah. And Justice. Interesting. I'm gonna read the Queen of Wands. You will need to be a source of inspiration for others, a good and wise guide who leads everyone, whether loved ones or mere acquaintances, towards horizons of peace and love. Of course, the forces of light and the forces of darkness are both within you after being explored by you. These energies will allow you to show the way like an excellent queen should do. That's exactly what I was trying to say with the Moon and the Five of Pentacles. It's like tapping in... I don't mean to just keep saying over and over again. It's paying attention to this present moment and seeing what comes up. I don't know how else, like, the energy just keeps coming through like that. Of course, the forces of light and the forces of darkness are both within you after being explored by you. These energies will allow you to show the way. It almost feels like having recognition of the parts of you that are not being poured into. And the judgment of this moment is whether you can take that energy and put it into place, or how the fuck do I phrase that? With the Eight of Wands, it makes me think that there's a need to, like, oh my goodness. Stay focused on your journey. It is the right path for the goals you want to achieve, but it requires order, willpower, and perseverance. Without these qualities, you may take the wrong path or fail to reach your destination in time. The item is a ladder. It is stationary, and it's your task to go up or down the ladder. But to do so, you will need an objective, and on occasions, to get help from someone ready to share your effort. Look for this person right away. That kind of calls back to the message in the beginning as well, of creating an actionable plan for the way ahead. And that feels like the place... Okay, yeah. That is where this energy needs to be to be channeled, when you listen to the messages that your body is trying to give to you. It's a matter of listening and then doing something about it. I want to put all of these cards back so I can kind of get us back on a stable track. We just I got thrown for a loop. It's again, like, don't get too excited about whatever's coming your way. It's a matter of finding that balance in the moment, because that was a first-hand experience of what can happen. You get so caught up in the excitement of what you're doing that you almost lose sight of what you're trying to do. Of course, we kind of got all over the place for a second, but I promise there's a point. I'm gonna switch decks. We're gonna move to the Trickster's Journey. I don't know where the... We've done a little too much wandering. I'm gonna take the border off as well. Arm reveal. I hope you all are doing well today. I have had a very great day today. It has been very wonderful, and I think I'm gonna go home. It happens, you know, that's what life's all about. You live and you learn. From both the good and the bad. Bad isn't even a real thing, but today's been a lesson in having to recognize that the good is also an opportunity to learn as well. You know, that's been my lesson of today. Okay, I'm gonna just take a moment to center, take some deep breaths. Find our way again. Just can't help it. It has been such a beautiful day today. There's so much love to go around. I'm just so grateful. All right. What else do we need to know at this moment in time, Spirit? I hope you had a good day too. I hope my energy can contribute to make it an even better day. I wasn't pulling cards yet, but the Queen of Wands came out again. It's very heavy, not even heavy, but Spirit's very adamant on that message of finding that balance. And I wanted to say taking advantage of that balance, but I think it's more a matter of, I guess that's the best way to put it, taking full advantage of those things. Because at least what I've been experiencing today in this lesson of appreciating the moment and learning from the moment is that I have been doing a lot of, which I actually talked with Deck about this a few days ago, if not a week or two ago, about how your shadow is just the parts of yourself that you haven't addressed. The parts of yourself that maybe have been pushed to the outskirts of your being by those who said they weren't allowed or were too much. And this has kind of been my lesson as of recent, is really tapping into my joy, because I've spent so long working through the pain that I've felt and processing the sadness and trauma and hard shit that I've been through that I forgot that there's a whole part of myself that yearns to just be happy. And it's so important that we express that and really show the full extent of ourselves, because trauma and sadness aren't all there is. The whole point of shadow work and going on this whole healing journey is to be the truest forms of ourselves. Which, Deck, I know you just posted something on your story about how the opposite of trauma is being alive and like showing being the truest expression of self, which I think is just so beautiful, because that's it. The point is to be who we were always meant to be, not the opposite of a traumatized person. The Three of Swords in reverse. That's exactly it. Recognition that you're past the hard part, and now it's time to truly heal, to fully integrate ourselves and become the beautiful beings we are at our core. And then the Three of Wands, and to allow that to push us forward to kind of create the path ahead of us. It's again that message of allowing positivity to create, like manifesting from a place of abundance and positivity, and creating, finding the treasures in the heartbreak. That is a beautiful way of putting it. And truly, like, again, taking full advantage of those treasures. What am I trying to say? I'm gonna read the Three of Wands, actually. Wands, where art thou? The Three of Wands speaks to the growth. You open yourself. The Three of Wands speaks to the growth you open yourself up to when you step away from routine and comfort. It is a visionary card that asks what lies ahead and away. While both possibilities and challenges lie in the distance, stay true to your traveler's instincts and trust that you will find the tools you need to deal with along your journey. I don't know why I started tearing up reading that. While both possibilities and challenges lie in the distance, stay true to your traveler's instincts and trust that you will find the tools you need to deal with both along your journey. That is weird. They're worded so weirdly, so strangely. A message of faith. I was gonna read the Queen of Wands, and I never did that. Let's do that. The Queen of Wands embodies a self-actualized relationship to the world. Your aura of quiet assurance is anchored by the work you have put in to explore and accept your inner darkness. The aspects of self we are hesitant to admit to or express, but without which we cannot be our full, authentic selves. Finding your voice and unpacking what it means for that voice to exist in community empowers you to express who you are and advocate for what you need. That's gorgeous. And I'll read the Three of Swords in reverse as well, contributing to that, because that just feels, that being the contributing energy is just confirmation to the fullest extent. The inverted Three of Swords contains the possibility of healing now that the worst is finally over. Even when removed from the situation that hurt you, its legacy remains. Watch for its tail, don't fall into old habits and trauma-conditioned responses. Release what no longer serves you. And I've had to really take note of that in the past few weeks, because I've had these cycles try to show themselves again, and I've had to truly practice what aligns with my soul. I won't get into specifics, but it's been in the matter of the heart, it's been in the matter of the workplace, in friendships and relationships, recognizing these things for what they are, in that they provide a sense of comfort to the traumatized parts of me that look for that, but also recognizing that those are unhealthy cycles and patterns that won't serve the path ahead of me, and recognizing that the discomfort is important because uh, it's unfamiliar. It's not succumbing, but succumbing to the unfamiliar as well. Can we expand on the Three of Swords? What does the collective need to know about this Three of Swords energy? What should they look out for? The King of Wands in reverse. Ooh. Energy's trying to take control. I'll read it in a moment. I'm gonna pull 3 cards then. We have the World. I'm hearing false promises. And then we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah. The King of Wands in reverse. The dark side of the King of Wands manifests as arrogance and aggression. This card cautions against getting lost in the hunger for power and influence. Ambition can be a slow-acting toxin, causing you to see and treat people around you as mere resources or pawns to advance your goals rather than peers and collaborators. That's super interesting because we talked about that earlier in with the Six of Wands coming out so much. It's treating everybody around you with respect and recognizing their perspectives as valuable insight. Like I was talking about with the person I was talking to at work today, and even the person that was in here earlier, it's like understanding that everybody has different perspectives and not trying to have control over how they think, which like isn't to like call that person out or even villainize them, because the way they left was like exactly how it should have been handled. My views don't align with yours, and that's great. I'll leave you to your perspective. I'm not trying to be like petty or anything. It's truly from a place of neutrality. Like, we all have our own beliefs and perspectives, and that's beautiful. There's value in that from the different ways people think, because we all bring something to the table. It's just not a matter of allowing that to control you and not allowing your perspective and what your desires are to have you make you lose sight of that open lens, you know. Let's read the World. And I'm only reading these because I'm still very new to this deck and I don't want to like speak for it. These cards demand a lot of respect, so I'm going to give that respect. There's a quote. For being faithful in the end as you were in the beginning, I hereby give you the grand promotion and appoint you to the I appoint you the Buddha victorious in strife. This is the card of completion and achievement, as well as new beginnings. World represents the joy of the dancer, looking up and ever outward. You recognize your place in the context of the universe. That fucking hit me in the heart for some reason. You recognize your place in the context of the universe, your interconnectedness with all beings that have been a part of your journey. They dance together with you and bear witness to your accomplishment, ruled by Saturn, symbol of time. That's really beautiful. That's interesting. They have like a section that talks about the art, and it says here at Journey's End, the monkey dances, celebrating their transcendence from the wheel of life. The three creatures from the hub of the wheel card, now likewise freed from the cycle of reincarnation, flank Monkey on every side. Mirroring the Hanged One, Monkey has one leg crossed over the other, but where the Hanged One is immersed in introspection, the dancer of the world looks outward. And I will just show you the art. Well, I am here to teach, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Because I feel like at times I can speak very vague, because I forget that I have to, like, I'm still learning how to, like, vocalize these things. I'm still learning. Isn't it? It is so, I love the artwork of this deck. The style is so fucking beautiful. And it's actually, oh, I guess not. I think this is either the Fool or the Magician card is the, like, the cover. Or no, the Empress was the cover. I actually don't know what this is. This might be Temperance, but I don't know. I love it. I'm gonna read the Nine of Cups in reverse now, so I can kind of, I can't figure out how to, like, I don't know. The reverse Nine of Cups suggests a dissonance between the appearance of happiness and your emotional reality. For example, being overly focused on external signifiers of success. It all comes full circle. For example, being overly focused on external signifiers of success while disregarding your personal well-being or emotional health. That feeling of hollow dissatisfaction could be a sign that you need to reconsider what genuinely fulfills and nourishes you. We talked about this at the beginning of the reading. Not learning to trust what your body is telling you and not looking outside of yourself for confirmation of the things that you are thinking and feeling. Which might look like not turning to tarot to find some sort of satisfaction, instead learning to process these things on your own. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. But for things that you look out for, it is, for one, an overindulgence in the ego, in getting too far on a high horse, thinking that because of the work that you've put in, it places you above anyone, because we are all equal, and it's important that we look at each other as such and treat each other with the respect we wish to be treated. And in the world, contributing to that, I almost feel like it's also a call to still recognize the work that you have put in and how far you've come. It's very much that, the duality of the Queen of Wands, in that the way ahead is remaining balanced and, I don't know, taking care of people and being present with yourself. I don't know what else to say. I'm talking in circles, but this is kind of just how it's coming through. I want to read the Nine of Cups in reverse again. The reverse Nine of Cups suggests a dissonance between the appearance of happiness and your emotional reality. For example, being overly focused on external signifiers of success while disregarding your personal well-being or emotional health. That feeling of hollow dissatisfaction could be a sign that you need to reconsider what genuinely fulfills and nourishes you. Which, I've had to do this recently, but this could be a call to take note of when you are not showing up as your truest self. I've actually been, this is the key way that I've been ending these cycles around me, is recognizing when people interact with me, how I'm responding to them, whether I'm giving a fake laugh, or if I feel a discomfort in my skin in the way that I'm responding, or like even just noticing that you're not being your full authentic self. That's a sign to see what is calling you to do that, and whether it benefits your Oh, how do I phrase that without it sounding dumb? Whether you're doing these things to propel your highest good, or whether you're doing this to maintain someone else's comfort. That's like the best way I can phrase it. But also being conscious of when you're being overly, I don't want to phrase it like this, but I just keep hearing arrogant, which is another thing I've had to really reel in as well, finding myself talking about the things that I've like accomplished on my journey, and making sure to talk about those things from a place of staying grounded in the person, with the person that I'm connecting with, so that I'm actually providing value to the conversation and not just like blowing hot air up my ass, you know. Which again, I say this in pretty much every reading, but I'm working through these things as well. And I'm not necessarily saying this to the live, but to the playback as well. Just like the messages that I deliver are for all of us. It's collective energy. I'm channeling from me, through me to you. I don't know how to phrase that. It is hard to do, and it takes presence, and it's a matter of staying and appreciating the found moment and allowing that to be your guide, your guardian of sorts. You as well. You as well. Okay. Spirit, I'm being called to put this deck away. We're jumping around decks a lot in this reading. I think we're going to close out here soon. How soon? I'm not sure. I'm going to pull 3 final cards from the Light Visions Tarot, and then we will do angel messages, I think. It's already been an hour. It's crazy. I was really looking forward to being at the park today, which I'm at the park now, obviously, but it's like super windy. Like I was walking across the street when I got off work, and I was like getting blown around. I was like, this might not be the best time to read tarot, but I feel like that's a sign to go home and work on the things I've been meaning to. I've been wanting to make music for the last few days, and I think it's finally time to actually go and fucking play guitar and maybe record some stuff. Okay. Stay connected. We have the 2 of Wands, the 4 of Chalices, and the 5 of Wands again. This one has been running rampant through this reading. Interesting. And then the other card I pulled was the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like the message that Spirit wants to instill is to think about the path ahead with the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is like a card of, like we were saying, like creating an actionable plan, thinking about where you're going to go from here. And with the 4 of Chalices in support of that, contributing to that, it feels like really pouring into yourself as well, taking time to make sure that you have the energy to get what you need to get done, if that makes sense. Because the 5 of Wands, with the Knight of Pentacles being the like outlier 4th card, I'm kind of taking it as overarching energy. This 5 of Wands isn't going to go away. Conflict is ever present. It will show itself wherever it decides to, in whatever form it decides to. But it's a matter of knowing how to navigate those things and knowing how to stay true to the person that you want to be in the face of that. because conflict never goes away. The only thing that changes is your reaction to it. As long as you stay balanced and grounded within yourself and know that the ways you're responding are, again, like benefiting your highest good, that's all you really can do. Give me context on the Knight of Pentacles. I'm a little curious as to why this came out as like a 4th card. The 7 of Wands. Yeah, this is like a test of faith, kind of. I'm seeing the Moonology card, your commitment is being tested. That's kind of, I don't need to, because there's always going to be people competing for whatever reason, whether that's for a position that you hold or for some sense of self. It's just, don't pay attention to, or not even don't pay attention to, just take note of the riffraff and take what you can from it, I guess. Is there anything else here? I'm gonna put these 2 back. I'll put all these back. Is there anything else that we need to keep in mind? I just saw the 8 of Swords. Keep an open mind and an open heart. Is there anything else, Spirit? I'm gonna say no. Keep shuffling just in case. Yeah, no. That was it. Okay. Very beautiful. Very concise. I say concise, but this message has been up, down, left, and right. But we're just going with the flow of it, letting whatever happens, happen. So that's all you really can do. Okay. We are going to close out with some angel messages. Whoa. And we will be on our way. These almost just spilled everywhere. That would have been a little annoying. Wow. Zana, I guess, is on the bottom of the deck. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. Have we not been talking about this the whole time? Coming to process these things and give in to whatever comes our way and just finding contentment in where we stand. All right. What do the angels have to share with us at this time? I guess that kind of wasn't what we've been talking about the whole time, but that's one of the things that's come up. Again, we've been all over the place, so... All right. What angels are with us? We have Ray. Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. And exercise, and especially yoga practices, are a good way to stay present and live in the moment. We have Oceana. This card comes out constantly. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Yeah. It's, again, like following your intuition. It's important to follow your intuition and listen to what your body is telling you when these conflict situations arise, because at your core, you will know what is best for you. You will know what... I'm just repeating myself. There's no point in saying it over and over again. But it's important you stand up for yourself. Lovingly assert yourself. We have Chantal. New romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. And I don't even necessarily... We haven't talked much about love throughout this reading. I feel like this might just be a love with yourself, in connecting with these parts of you that are calling out, these parts of you that you may not be pouring into completely, by taking the time to address what you're feeling and listening to your body. It creates this new sense of romance with yourself. And that might sound strange if you're not comfortable with that, but in the past couple months, I've really been listening to what my body wants and what my energy calls for, and by listening to that and taking I guess action towards that, it's created a new level of love with myself, and I've never felt more connected to the person that I am, and connected to my soul. We have Shanti. I'm the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. It's more just confirmation that like we're now on a path of. It's like learning to love and appreciate that love. We have two more, and I think these are going to be the last two. We have Azur. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. Again, these are just confirmations of everything we've been talking about through the reading. It's giving into the moment, allowing things to be how they're going to be, and being grateful for that. We also have Rosetta. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. Beautiful. The card on the bottom of the deck is patience. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. Now let's just take a moment to indulge in presence, take some deep breaths, and be with one another. I am so grateful that you all would share this moment with me. Thank you for co-creating this experience with me and sharing your energy to bring this reading forth. I'm so grateful. I love this so much. This has been so rewarding. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I am incredibly grateful. You have contributed such beautiful energy. I'm going to carry on with my day now and probably go make music, but if I don't, then I don't. I'll end up doing something. Thank you for being here. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me on Instagram. I'm figuring out, what did I just do with these cards? Oh, silly. I'm reworking my whole system right now. I don't know. In my last reading, I said readings are closed, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't get in the way at all. You can message me on Instagram and we can have a conversation if you want like more specific messages on what you may be going through or dealing with. But I'm being a little more, not stingy, but sparing with my energy at this time, just because I'm dealing with a lot of projects and a lot of different paths that are unfolding. So yeah, you can reach out to me on there. Fairly soon I'm gonna have an email like inbox open up, and I think I'm gonna run my personal readings through there, and shortly after that I will have the website up and running. Lots of things. Very stuff is happening. I hope you have a beautiful moment in time. My name is Calum. This has been Full Mental Harmony. Take care of yourself. Yeah, I'm sending love and support. Bye.